is how I move furniture.
Oh, yeah.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Raven. Today we're gonna be starting a big organizational cleanup project that has been needing to be done for a few months now, and it's kind of embarrassing. I really don't even want to show you guys this because this is the worst that it has ever been. But in here in the playroom, we have this closet. We call it the craft room because this is where we keep a lot of my DIY supplies, paint, marker, paper, all that type of stuff. But over the past several months, we've just been sort of neglecting it and throwing things in there just to get it out of the way. We've been doing a lot of DIY projects, throwing a lot of parties, been really busy. And so through that process, this room got a little bit disheveled. So this is what it's looking like right now. So if you guys have been watching my channel, you know that I've done multiple videos about this space, trying to set it up, organize it, get some storage solutions and stuff in here. And I even set up this desk back here to actually have a workspace for crafting and DIYs. But as you can see, that organizational system is still not working and nobody ever sits in here and does any DIYs. So the goal is to, of course, number one, get this all cleaned up and cleared out, get it reorganized and figure out a better storage solution that actually holds everything in a functional way. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to actually get rid of this workspace because again, nobody uses it. This place is kind of like a dungeon. It's a closet. There's no windows, there's no AC vent, there's nothing in here. So it's not a very comfortable workspace. If I do ever do any DIYs or crafting, I usually do it downstairs in the kitchen or something like that. So this really just needs to be a functional storage space. I have my trusty personal assistant here. Yay, Zoe, because I'm overwhelmed already. I'm so overwhelmed. That's why this room looks like this, because once it started getting bad, I just was like, I can't look at it. Just throw the stuff in there and close the door. And unfortunately, I would love to be able to blame this all on Ziya, because it is a lot of her stuff in here, but I did a lot of this myself.
Once it gets bad, it's like at some point you're just like, how much worse can I make it?
It was a snowball effect. It was an avalanche effect.
This index card is just making me giggle.
There's such random stuff in here. So I think our first step, we're just gonna have to like scoot all this stuff out of here, like off of the floor, so we can sort through it. Or should we sit in here and sort through it?
I think we should sit in here. I think moving it out, like we're just moving the problem.
Okay.
We don't need to make this like a playroom issue.
We worked so hard on that.
Yeah.
We're gonna definitely need some trash bags.
Do we have any like empty buckets?
We don't. That's the problem. That's why I'm like,
Why
how
do
are we gonna
we
sort
are
it?
always buying buckets. We never have empty buckets.
And I just bought some more, but like right now, everyone's like sold out of the good ones.
Let's go see what we can scavenge around your house.
As far as what?
Containers?
There's none. I was looking for it for the Christmas stuff.
Oh, I forgot. You just put away your Christmas stuff.
That's why my best thing is to like just make piles, but we can't make piles in here. There's no space. That's why I think outside, out in the playroom.
Yeah.
Philadelphia cream cheese trading card. It's a mini brands collector's card, I guess. I don't know.
Some of this stuff, I pick it up and I'm like, well, what am I even looking at?
Who knows? I'm trying to pick up obvious trash as I see it so that we're not sorting through as much trash, but it's kind of hard to tell what's what.
I think maybe we should lean more into throwing stuff away.
I think we should just throw every single thing away. Let's just get a dumpster and shovel it in. It is a lot of trash. Although a lot of this stuff is Ziya's and her creations and her supplies and stuff that she's made and colored on, I'm kind of glad that she's not here helping, because y'all have seen how that goes. She wants to keep every single little shred of paper, but I feel like I'm a pretty good judge of like what's worth keeping and what we can get rid of. Okay, we're getting somewhere.
This is not as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
Don't speak so soon. I love how there's just literal pins and needles in the carpet. It's not dangerous at all. So that didn't take as long as I thought to get the floor cleared out. Now it's not cleaned up, it's cleared out. We just moved it to the playroom. So we still have a lot of work to do, but I think we should start with that and then maybe we can do the desk area and then the shelves area next. So now we have this big amalgamation of stuff that we pulled out. I know a good amount of this is still gonna end up being trash, but a lot of it isn't. It's gonna actually be stuff that needs to go back in there. I think we should just sort through everything piece by piece, make piles of like items. And as we come across trash, throw away the trash. And then we'll get this sorted. Then we'll take everything out of there from like the desk, same thing, everything off the shelf, same thing. And then we'll just have a bunch of sorted piles.
And then we'll know what different like buckets and baskets we need.
Exactly. So here goes nothing. So as far as piles, it's just gonna be like gift bags, beads, jewelry and bead related, yarn, pencils and writing utensils. Does this go for that door?
Oh, it most certainly does.
Okay, so we got some piles going, making progress. I'm making a big pile of Ziya's artwork. She creates so much art on a daily basis, just like drawings and making little books and stuff. So I don't want to just throw away everything. So I'm just gonna kind of set it aside for her to look through when she gets home from school and decide what she really wants to keep. And then we really need to figure out some sort of system for keeping her artwork other than throwing it on the floor of the craft room when she's done with it. Although she claims she cares about it and she wants to keep it, I don't know. So we gotta figure out something for that. Got a little pile of string, beads, glitter, usable paper. Trying to pick out as much usable stuff as possible because I do so many crafts and random DIYs. You never know when you actually might use something. So like scrap fabric, scrap paper, stuff that other people might throw away, I genuinely will probably use it. So I'm trying to like keep as much stuff as possible. So it's relatively cleared out in here now. We got our piles. Now it's time to think about what I want the room to look like. I definitely feel strongly about removing the workspace. It's a cool idea to have a workspace in here, but it has never ever gotten used in all the years of trying to have this in here. It has literally never gotten used. So it's just a waste of space at this point. This is already a hand-me-down desk setup. The chair is relatively new and like has never been used. I don't really have another place in the home to use it. So that's probably gonna end up being a Facebook Marketplace donation. Do you need it situation? Because I just don't need it anywhere else in the house. The tabletop has been through a lot. I also don't think I need it anywhere else in the house. So that might end up being just trash. And then this set of drawers, I just don't think it's the best solution for this space because it's just like a little short random set of drawers. Something bigger to actually fill up the rest of the space would be better. So I feel like I'm gonna end up getting rid of that as well.
Where did you get these from?
These are IKEA. I was thinking to maybe get 1 or 2 more of them, or I don't know how many more if I was trying to fill up the whole entire wall, or scooting them over and getting like a different thing that actually has like different sorts of doors and drawers. I don't know. I do think that I need something different other than this for my wrapping paper and gift bags. Because I have this wrapping paper holder thing, but it's overflowing. Some of the tubes are too tall to even fit in here with the lid on. And then I just got this big giant gift bag full of other gift bags. And I do genuinely use this stuff. Like I just went in here the other day to get a gift bag for a birthday party. So I do want to keep this, but this doesn't fit anywhere in these things.
At my mom's house, what she does, it's soft-sided and it's much bigger than this. It's like a big like cylinder bag for wrapping paper, and that normally really works because you can just kind of look in, pull stuff up, and like see what you want. This is what we do for our gift bags though, so I don't have any better solutions for you. I think this is as good as it gets.
I have so many of them that they just didn't fit in these size drawers. I'm thinking if I had a different piece of furniture that had deeper drawers or something, it might work better. Because we have our tissue paper really nicely organized, and that has stayed nice right here.
I love the tissue paper.
I'm gonna leave that like that.
I guess we'll have to see what IKEA has.
Yeah, I think majority of all the stuff that we have piled up out there, like the paint, pencils, beads, scissors, all that stuff will go back here. We just need like a few more containers for certain things.
Our biggest pain points are definitely like the gift wrap, but also the Cricut stuff. We constantly have Cricut materials all over the house. I don't think we've ever had a good organizational system.
No. This is the only thing we've had, this little hook that was supposed to be holding there's 2 hooks holding the Cricut mats, but I have a lot more Cricut mats than this now, so even this isn't enough to hold that. This sort of thing in theory is nice because there's different types of vinyl that you want to keep separate, iron-on versus adhesive versus whatever. So having something like this is good, but just not this exact one. So should we like take this out right now, or?
I mean, if we can, we might as well.
To the garage, which can never catch a break. My poor garage. As far as the layout in terms of adding extra furniture pieces, I want to know if 23 3/4 inches. This is 28 inches.
But also, these are not like, I don't think these are even like attached to the wall.
They are, but not very difficultly.
We could move them pretty easily. Considering everything we did out there.
Considering the godforsaken IKEA hack we did in the playroom, we can do anything.
Yeah.
I know we can move them, but I was just wondering, because it looked like it was the perfect space to just add one.
Just a little too much.
But it's a little too much.
Yeah.
Because I do think it's a little bit weird that there's like a gap right there and a gap. You know, like it just feels off. So either like scoot them all one way or the other way, or fill it in.
I feel like we might need to go in store and see what they have to come up with a better plan for our Cricut stuff.
Yeah. Main thing is understanding how much room we have to work with and what fits.
So maybe let's make a diagram of this space without anything in it, and then measure how much space all 4 of these shelves take up.
Okay.
And then we can kind of like move stuff around.
Okay, executive decision. We're unanchoring the cabinets. They're like anchored to the wall so they don't fall down. And we're gonna scoot them all over flush to this wall. This is how I move furniture.
Oh, yeah.
This IKEA furniture is so frail though, I feel like I'm gonna crack it. Okay, is that flush?
Yeah.
Flush enough?
As good as we're gonna get it.
It's gonna be the name of our DIY TV show.
As good as we're gonna get it.
Flush enough.
Flush enough? That's funny. Oh.
What was that?
I did not like that noise.
Ah! Wait, my hand in the door.
Oh. I'm so sorry.
My dad always like comes back after we do stuff like this, like, how did y'all? Just watch the YouTube video when it comes out. Next steps should be to put away the things that I know I want to go back onto these shelves and in these drawers. We got them all scooted over. They're not anchored in yet, but it'll be fine. We're gonna still anchor them afterwards, of course, just so that I can see after everything is put away here, what do I have left that needs extra furniture to house it on the other side. But I just kind of want to get this section done first. And I want to organize it by each column. So like items together, this sort of already has Ziya's little craft kits and stuff here. So we'll continue down with those kind of Ziya related kid-friendly crafting items. And then maybe like paper drawing stuff in this section. This kind of has like paint and stuff already. And this is like sewing stuff. So we're just gonna kind of fill in. And we'll probably end up needing more containers like this, but we'll see how many we need. This drawer of tissue paper is really nice and I want to keep it like that, but this is the paint section and we're gonna have a new gift wrap area section. So this is gonna end up going sort of keep it nice for now. Perfect fit. Gonna get these for my rocks. I found the whole set together, multi-set with this home edit stuff. So I'm gonna get this big set instead of these smaller individual ones. But then I think I also still want an extra one of that size. I still want another big one of these. And then this is I think the exact bead organizer that I already have. So I just need another one and hopefully it'll match and stack with the others. I wrote that I need a unit with big drawers for gift bags and wrapping paper rolls and tissue paper. I like the way the tissue paper is Marie Kondo style, you know what I mean? So you can see it.
Yeah.
And then the gift bags, it just is so, like this deep, but this is like narrow.
Yeah.
What I don't like that I'm seeing in my mind right now is the mismatch of random furniture pieces in there. Not that it's supposed to be viewed like that, but
it is literally a dungeon.
Like we got 4 of these, one of these, and they don't like line up.
It would be nice if this was an aesthetic space, but your guests aren't going in there.
Yeah.
It needs to be functional, you know? Like if it's not functional, it's gonna cause you a lot more issues.
Okay, are you okay? I'm gonna take a picture of this because I feel like this could work. Nordely, hopefully they have it in stock in white. That's another thing I needed to figure out a better storage solution for Ziya's artwork, like her drawings that she wants to keep. I gave her that little file thing, but that's like chock full now. She has so many drawings and not once have I ever seen her go back and reference the ones that she has kept in her existing little thing.
But what if she needs it?
I know, and I was like that too as a kid. You want to keep your artwork, I get it, but it just gets a little out of hand and I just don't know where to put it.
Yeah, I think especially like considering how the craft room floor was, like that was insane. I think if you were to buy like a few more like portfolios or like binders, I think that would make sense.
So we got the drawer pieces. This is like a modular, everything in IKEA is obviously modular. So we got the drawers of the dresser, but they don't have the top and bottom, like the tabletop part is out of stock. But I already have that old IKEA tabletop that might work to just sit on top. It might not. Either way, we're just gonna get the drawers for now and figure out the rest later.
I cut my pinky. I don't know how. How?
Who needs a basket when you got a Zoe?
We always end up back here.
How many times have I found myself in this predicament on my channel since its inception? Whoever can figure out the answer to that wins a prize.
Are
Comment down below.
Are these lined up right? Yeah, they are.
Yeah. Your Michaela moments on film, since everyone thinks that I'm hiding you from the world.
Just like everyone thought you were making me do your dishes.
Okay, here is the current state of affairs. Still needs work over here with the organization as far as just putting everything away now that I have all the little containers and dividers that I need. This side of the room, however, is a little bit confusing right now because for this IKEA little set, they did not have the tabletop part in stock or the bottom base part. So it's just sitting directly on the floor. So the bottom drawers, like you can still use it technically if you just pull real hard. So I will eventually need to get that to add that on so that this works properly. And as you can see, these three pieces are not connected to each other and they obviously don't have a top. But I had this tabletop from before. So we had taken this out thinking we weren't going to use it at all. But just in the meantime, while I'm waiting for this piece to come back in stock, I was thinking maybe this could work temporarily. Okay, so it's not at all the right shape. So obviously you need to figure something else out because this isn't gonna work. Like with this hanging over so much, you like can't even get to the, I mean, this was only ever meant to be a little temporary thing for right now until I can actually get the piece delivered. In the meantime, this is replacing this little thing. So I need to get this out of the way. This is a good piece of furniture though. I don't think I currently have anywhere else in the house that I would really need to use it. I might though. So I'm gonna hang on to it and think about it for now and not just get rid of it just yet. So the question is, do I just leave this thing with no top on it at all for now? Or do I try to figure out a way to make this work? I could try a different configuration. This is so janky. It's not even like long enough. Oh, brother. I mean, that's a little bit better, but it's still extremely janky. Regardless, the question was, do I want this whole unit against this wall, or I could, I guess, put it against this wall too. That would be kind of weird, but I actually think I do like it pushed back up against this wall. It just sort of like fits there. But this little temporary tabletop situation, look at this. Look at how much it's hanging off the back and doesn't even reach, and it's just bougie. You're enjoying it. This is just too janky even for a temporary solution, I think. So we might just have to leave it undone until it gets done. Okay, new idea. We have scrap MDF little like wood pieces left over from when we did the IKEA hack. We had one piece that was almost big enough, but we need an extra 15 by 21 piece. Okay, so here's this. Not the cutest thing, but it's just a temporary solution until we can get the real tabletop in, and that'll work for now. It's nice and sturdy. It's the same stuff that IKEA stuff is made out of anyway. A little janky, but not as janky as the other thing I tried. It'll work, it'll do. Okay, crash course in identifying Cricut vinyl. So you can sort it. Obviously, if it's labeled, you can read the label and see what kind it is. This is heat transfer. So the main three kinds are iron-on, also known as heat transfer, removable vinyl, and permanent vinyl.
You should say on the back, right?
Some do and some don't. Definitely I want to separate out heat transfer. So this is iron-on because it has this clear plastic front piece and there's like nothing on the back. Same thing with that one. Welcome to the Craft Closet 3.0. It looks so much better in here. How it was looking before was the absolute worst it has ever been. You guys have seen me have to clean out and reorganize this space multiple times, but this time was a different story. So this is a huge improvement. A lot of this area is more or less the same from how it was before, as far as like the original containers and main kind of placement of everything. So quick run through, this is like the main Ziya section, more so over here. We've got all her little craft kits, science kits, crystal making, all that type of stuff. And then these containers are Play-Doh, her little sewing machine, slime kit, another science kit. So just like those things sectioned out. And then down here, she has like a bunch of her coloring books. And then also in this drawer, I really like how this drawer turned out. It's got all her little random little craft supplies, you know, popsicle sticks, pipe cleaners, little pom-pom balls, all her fun stuff, but it's neatly organized in the little dividers and it just looks so satisfying. And then down here, this is more like the jewelry making drawer. So we've got all of our beads. I've got 3 of these, all nicely organized, and then some other dividers for the other jewelry findings. Ziya's kind of getting into making jewelry, so I kind of paired that up with her stuff. This section is glitter, rhinestones, and other similar things. We still got these good old faithful containers with all the like writing utensils divided out. So this is like dry erase markers, pens, paintbrushes, different types of markers separated out, pencils, colored pencils, and then all of the paper is much better organized now. And I like this system a lot better because it's not flopping and sliding all over the place. These tall containers from the Container Store worked perfectly for like the cardstock paper, and I've got it divided into colorful cardstock paper, glitter cardstock paper, and plain white cardstock paper, as well as these containers for construction paper and plain white paper, which is Ziya's favorite for all her little drawings. Then in this drawer, it's not much. It's like our sticker drawer. So just stickers in there. And this one is like the adhesive drawer, I guess you could say. It's got hot glue guns and glue sticks, staplers and staples, all different kinds of tape, and all different kinds of glue. Over here is more or less the same from how it was. Paint, smaller bottles of paint on the Lazy Susans, paint supplies, washable kid paint, fabric markers. And then this is the new container that we got for Ziya to be able to store her drawings. We just had extra space right here, so I just put that there. And these drawers, not much. I've got some stencils in here. This drawer is, I guess you would call it tools. So I've got like hole punchers, carving tools, a bunch of miscellaneous tools that I'm not really even sure what they really are for, but I use them for various projects, a lot of scissors and stuff. I do want to get some better drawer organizers for that eventually. And then our last section is the sewing column. So of course, I got all of my thread here, bigger spools of thread, embroidery thread, tulle, other types of string-like things, ribbon, yarn, other trim. This drawer is full of fabric. This drawer is full of other sewing tools and supplies. So like my good fabric scissors and stuff are in here. My pins and needles are in here, all that type of stuff. And that is this main section. Around the corner, I still have my hook here. There's 2 hooks that are holding all of my different Cricut mats. I left it because it works for now. I may end up expanding into like a whole wall of hooks here, maybe. That'll be phase 4 of the craft closet, because I also do want to do something different. I think for my wrapping paper, I just couldn't find anything in stores or online right now that I really liked that was any better than this. But eventually I might do some sort of wall situation. But that's just that for now. And then we have this updated area. No more desk, no more little Alex drawers. We just got our new dresser set up with our temporary tabletop, which will be switched out. But now that I've got some sort of tabletop, I have space to put my machines. So my sewing machine, my Cricut Joy Extra, and my bigger Cricut Maker can live there. This is not where I plan to use these machines. It's just storage because I use them downstairs. And then we've got all this extra storage. So starting from the middle, first drawer is very satisfying. All of my tissue paper, color coordinated, some ribbons and some other gift wrap. And then the bottom 2 drawers are all of my reduce, reuse, recycle gift bags. I always keep gift bags for Christmas, birthdays and stuff like that and reuse them. So I have quite a collection. These are like all like the miscellaneous birthday gift bags. And then over here, this is like the Cricut section on either side. So first drawer has iron-on vinyl, second drawer has adhesive vinyl, and the bottom drawer has miscellaneous Cricut materials like transfer tape and labels and different types of materials. And then over here is more Cricut stuff. First drawer is Cricut tools, like all the little weeding tools and special pens and rulers and stuff like that, as well as my bigger rulers, the paper cutter. And then we had extra space, so this drawer has the cords that go with the makers. It just kind of looks nicer to have them taken off and put away. And the bottom drawer is more of my new Cricut supplies. This is like a little mini heat press that goes with the Joy Extra. And that's pretty much it, at least for now. Because like I said, there's room to grow, still areas for improvement. Y'all know this is an ongoing project, but I'm happy with it for now.